Hello guys and girls, how's it going? And I hope you've had a great Christmas. You join me again in a French tank, and again actually in the AMX M4. So just a bit of a replay of a game today, nothing much. I'm thinking about doing the Lorraine 40T video, but I might combine it with the AMX 50 video. Just because essentially they're very similar designs and were designed around similar times, so I might just do a couple videos. Plus, I've not been having very good games in the Lorraine, which is odd because when you listen to community members, they say the Lorraine 40T is the better tank. I still got to admit I prefer the AMX just because of the armour that you have on the vehicle. Having that good front plate has saved me a lot of times. Not all the time, but it has saved me a couple of times. It's a relatively decent vehicle. The real big lacking part is the reverse gear on it, and that's where the Lorraine absolutely kicks its butt. So I've had a bit of time really to play with French tanks now, and I've been really giving them a good go through and a good try out and finding all their little quirks and things like that. And I've noticed a lot of community members complaining because they're saying French tanks are very OP. From my experience in playing them, I've got to say that's not true. In all honesty, the French tanks are good. They're good tanks. You know, don't get me wrong here. They are good tanks, but OP, not to that point. You've got good penetration, but sometimes your post-penetration damage is seriously lacking, and that does become problematic. Now, there's a gaggle of T29s here. Getting quite a lot of premium vehicles at the moment because of the discounts. So it's been interesting to see all the premium tanks come out. Poke out here, shoot straight through the side. Low down, ammunition, instant death, easy enough. The trouble with T29 is that it can be quite tricky to penetrate from the front, of course. Side on, we've got a good shot on it. Now, this guy's not looking at us. I'm going to poke around here again. Get a nice shot in. We hit the engine that time. We're a little bit late on the shot, because if we'd got that ammunition, it would have been better. But they're both going to be looking at me now, so it's going to be very hard to get a shot off. So I'm a little bit stuck now, so I'm sort of calling in as much help as I can, because they can easily push around this corner and take me out. I might be able to get a shot off into them, but I'm not going to be able to penetrate their front plates with much ease. There's a couple of spots you can penetrate them from the front, but you've got to be pretty much dead on target with that. So yeah, I'm not liking my chances here. So just waiting for the shot to come round. Now I've got 5 shots left in the ammo belt. So the big thing for the French are it's the auto loader. So it comes around, we get a shot. We've managed to go through the turret ring, so that's good. It gets very hectic here, but we'll just switch to the free camera quickly because I just got so ridiculously lucky. It's beyond belief. A friendly plane has just come in, the AD4 there, shooter 64, and his bombs were perfectly placed. Absolutely perfectly placed. Look, hats off to that guy, because Jesus Christ, that was good. So he rescued me, of course, eye for an eye, double strike, destroyed both T29s. This one from the rear, this one just blown to smithereens, just totally obliterated, and most importantly managed to not blow me up. I was very lucky because this guy took all the shrapnel for me. I did get a little bit of damage, but nothing major. Holy cow, that was lucky. So yeah, I was quite amazed by that one. That was fantastic bombing there, because I was really in trouble. As you can see, that T-29 was just about to put his gun through into my turret and finish me off. Now, I have taken a lot of damage here. I'm missing all my crew, but my gunner and my driver now. My gun breech is down, and my track's down. So we'll do a bit of repairing, and get back onto the game. So, I don't know if we can actually see the penetration point. Yeah, you can see where I got penetrated by the T-29 first of all. Dead center here in the turret. And this is not the place to shoot these tanks. Don't aim for the chin, so to say, or the neck area, because it's got a bit of spaced armor. It's going to slow down the round. And also, you're firing at a massive gun breech. That breech, if you have a look at it, the gun breech goes all the way down to here. Now, yeah, it could have ammo racked us. It did damage a bit of our ammo, but it's not going to cause the maximum damage. And this is what a lot of people are doing at the moment. They're shooting dead center for these tanks, and of course they complain that, oh my god, French tanks can take so much punishment, they're so OP. Well, it's just poor aiming. Now, of course, the French tanks have the same issue because, you know, if you don't hit ammo with one of these shots, you're generally not going to get a kill. And that's where it becomes problematic with these vehicles, because they're a very tricky tank to use sometimes. And that's the biggest thing for me for the French tanks, is the ammunition. It just blows. The solid shot has got decent penetration sometimes, but it's so unreliable. You'll have it bouncing where you don't expect it to bounce. It will... If you penetrate, the post-penetration damage can be very poor. If you shoot some smaller tanks through the side, you'll just go straight through them and you won't get any damage done at all. I've been playing around with the Foch a little bit, and I found if you shoot anything, even the Jagdtiger, I shot through the side. And the only reason I killed it was because I hit its ammunition, but the round just kept going through and kept on going. If I didn't hit that ammunition, it would have just gone whistling straight through his tank, given him a speed hole, and that would have been it. So I'm just sitting here, just recovering, getting my breath back, and really just figuring out what to do next. Just keeping an eye on the area here, because there's a chance some of them might come past. Let's open up our map so we can see what's happening. We have all but A under control at this moment. So we'll just get a breather here. So yeah, the French tanks, yeah, they're good, but they're not great. And as I said, if you shoot them center of mass, you're generally not going to get a kill. But if you shoot slightly to the side, you'll probably get an absolute destruction of the vehicle. Also because, you know, there's lots of ammo around the sides here. If they had shot me through the front, that would have been it. If they shot me in the hull area, I would have been dead. So the autoloader is also a blessing and a curse, because the autoloader's not that fast, and that's another problem with it. It just doesn't feel fast enough. So the T26E1 here, lucky is quite lucky, because I really didn't see him until he started moving. Wait for him just to go inside, wait for the turret to stop bouncing, take out his engine, set him on fire. The Crusader AAA's gone past. Take out the transmission. And this guy is done for. So I think he either burnt out or jayed out, one or the other. But the auto-loading system is an absolute curse sometimes, because you've got that very long reload after you fire, which realistically didn't happen in that way. A lot of these vehicles, they were designed so you could reload them on the move. So when you were firing, you'd slide another shot into that 7-shooter, and you could just keep going in that respect. For balance reasons, I guess we have it so you can't just keep firing. But the actual fire rate's pretty low. And that's the thing I noticed most about the auto-loading tanks, is the fire rate's not that much better than a regular tank. You've got about a 5-ish second I think it is, reload rate between shots. I'll count it next time we fire, just to double check. But it really doesn't feel as fast as you would expect. And if you're firing against light targets, it seems the whole hull break mechanic is not working for these shots. I really do find you don't really get many hull breaks with these shots on light vehicles, which can be very frustrating because, of course, when you're fighting light vehicles in one of these tanks, you need to hull break them. So there's a Crusader coming around the corner here. Fired the shot. And 7 seconds. So 7 seconds between shots there. And as you could see, because I was down to my last 2 shots, I shot him twice. I did barely any damage to him, even though I shot through crew members. And yeah, it really affects it. Now, 7-second shot time is not bad, but it's not great either. Now, there's a T29 in here, another T29. Now, he's just sitting there. Now, I'm just waiting for him to turn his turret, and I'm desperately trying to reload. Of course, my loader's down at the moment, so it is a bit of a longer load time. Shoot him through the side there, take out his commander and his gun breech and his loader. Wait for a second, and shoot his gunner. So that's another T29 down. I think that's two? Yeah, that's a word. I'll use that as a word. Two T29s. So I'm just going to run away in here now. Now there was a Carnarvon out there, and that can be dangerous because that solid shot seems to work properly. Panther G there. Now the gun you're using on this tank is basically the same as the Panthers, just with a reloading mechanic. So it is a pretty good gun all in all, but without the explosive filler in the charges, it can be really it can really affect it. Panther just driving past absolutely gave me a heart attack because, well, I thought it was an enemy there. So there's a Carnarvon and T29 there. Carnarvon's down. Now Carnarvon's gone. Panther's down. So I'm just going to back in here and just wait for a few minutes, see what happens. Another big disadvantage for these French tanks is also the fact that you lack any stabilizers. Let's spot the T29, I think, here. Yep, there he is. Another T29 coming out. And I'm hoping that he's going to keep his turret facing away from me so I can penetrate him. But he starts turning it, so I try for a lower glacier shot, which has got a bit of a chance to penetrate, but not much. But now I'm in trouble because he's too close for me to poke out. Got 4 shots left before I have to reload. Now if he catches me on the reload, I'm going to be dead, and I don't have my machine gunner either. So luckily in this spot, neither of us can really shoot each other. So we're almost at a stalemate here. But what I'm hoping is he'll find somebody else to shoot at. Somebody else will come round. He's just fired off a round. Now he's firing off his machine guns, so I can't really get my shot aimed properly, and of course I'm trying to get there before his reload. He's going to try and get the higher ground here and try and get a shot over the top here. He can of course fire his machine gun in at me, but the 50 cal's not going to penetrate. He fires off a shot, starts firing off that 50 cal. Get a shot in and just fluff it and fire it into the gun breech. Bombs drop. Kind of hoping they would damage him, but nothing. They do spot him though. Now I'm down to 2 shots now. So I'm just going to have to wait really and hope. But he makes a mistake here. He comes up close. Now, just here, you can just see he's just come a little bit too cocky, and he's exposed the top of his tank. Oh, these horrible controls for the replay. Exposed the top of his tank, this bit here, and that's a major weak spot. And as you can see, I just got that shot in there and managed to take out the whole of his turret crew. He is pretty much dead in the water, and plus his cannon breach is down too. So a huge mistake there. I got good shrapneling there for once. I guess because it did go in the top there, the shrapnel went all the way around, so did get rather lucky in that respect. So now he's backing away, hoping there's not any other tanks there. Aim for the lower plate, go straight through and take him out. Now I'm on the reload again. All in all, not a bad game really. As I said, the AMX M4 is probably one of my favoured tanks at the 6.0 range and 6.3. I find it performs better than the Lorraine. It also, as I said, does have better armour. Pretty easy for, well, not an easy 4-kill game there, but a good 4-kill game there with 2 assists as well. As I said, playing with them, I have found that the French tanks do really suffer with that solid shot. Okay, let's just head back to the garage. So, this is the AMX 50, so this is the upgunned version. It has the same cannon as the Lorraine 40T. Now, these were developed around the same time as well. But, as you see, this one is a 6.7, so I don't know how well it's going to perform at 6.7. But you've just got that better frontal plate armour. Although you do have quite bad depression on the gun, you just have that much better frontal plate armour that does give you that bit of advantage, and that's the same on the AMX 40 as well. The plate armour is the same. The Lorraine 40T has the pike nose, but being 40mm, it doesn't really help the tank. The turret's still okay, but it just really, it doesn't affect it very well. I'm actually expecting quite good things from the AMX 50. I'm looking forward to playing it a bit. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you had a good Christmas, as I said, and I will see you next time. This is Screezler out. Bye bye.